Hello guys, this is Kosty from PickDawgz coming to you with another sharp betting report. In this video series that we've been doing, I always give out a complimentary selection that my groups happen to be on the previous night, or at least I have an opinion or a lean on based on my statistics and my strategies. But always, I give a lesson so you guys can be 1% better. Today we're going to be talking about decoding March Madness, which most entertainment recreational bettors look at when they're looking at a neutral court game. Is they're simply looking, is this team good home? Are they good away? And all those statistics and stats are based on home and away functions. They only played maybe a couple neutral court games early in the year when obviously none of it really mattered when you're looking at February or March teams, because back then they were young, they were inconsistent, they weren't in the flow yet. So referencing back to those early season conference neutral court tournaments is kind of a waste of time. The edges become bigger for sharps when it's a neutral court game because the line makers don't adjust fast enough. The line makers have pretty much adjusted throughout the entire year for home and away. But when it comes to a neutral court, they don't adjust as fast because constantly there's only 4 games in a conference tournament. Then in the main tournament, they only play twice in the same weekend in the same location. Then again, they move. And geographical change matters as well. The way that we attack neutral court games is geographical change. Are they playing close to the school so they're going to have a lot of fans traveling? Are they also cooking in to the line itself for a neutral court advantage? And sometimes you could find those soft numbers specifically in those minor conferences early on in the tournament, and then the pace of the game matters as much. When you watch these games every day and you're truly dialed in, that stuff matters. And if you're really following the flow and the pace of the game, you could find value night after night, especially in conference tournaments, because these teams get in a rhythm and they play into that rhythm night after night. And you can find a lot of value, but again, it takes a lot of homework, takes a lot of work in general. But if you're up for the task and you want to do it yourself, more power to you. I try to give you guys a lesson to maybe start doing it yourself if you're just a watcher. But if you're somebody who's a guy that doesn't have 8 to 10 hours a day to do the work yourself, this is what my sharp groups are for, where we coach you every day outside of what I do in these videos. Now to the complimentary selection. We're going to be breaking down Texas at Kansas. The line is 7.5. I've been betting on Kansas a lot at home this year. They're 13-0 against the number. They beat Baylor by 3, but didn't cover. Obviously, Baylor is a much better team than Texas. The line was 5.5. The line is 7.5 for this game. They beat Houston convincingly, getting a point at home. This is the first game that I remember that Kansas was actually an underdog at home. We were on that Kansas side that game. They also had Oklahoma State at home, laying 15. They got the cover. The last time that they won and they didn't get a cover was against Cincinnati back a month ago. Every other game at home that they've played, they have covered. They're exceptional at that stadium. They're exceptional right now of late. This team is at home, definitely a top 4 team in the country, and can easily make a Final Four final or even win the whole thing going forward. Texas, on the other hand, they lost at Houston. They got blown out last week by 21 points. They won at TCU. They lost at BYU, and they won at Oklahoma. So they're 2-2 in their last 4 on the road. But against the better teams, the top echelon of the Big 12, they struggle. I think it's just a horrible matchup for Texas. Kansas is going to make a statement Saturday at home. I always lean a little bit to the home team, no matter the analytics from the entire season, because all the student population is off. They're there at that game. In Kansas, basketball is so big, that entire town surrounds that stadium. So the hype gives it an added element. I made the line at 9.5. It's 7.5. I have a 2-point advantage, so I'm rocking Kansas. I think they win by double digits fairly easily. If you've been watching my videos over the last couple weeks, even with these free games, I have won a lot. But more so when you're on my Telegram channel and you're getting access to all my games. Yesterday, I didn't go 1-0, not 2-0, not 3-0, 6-0 between NBA and college. I have been extremely hot in college the entire week. All the fans, whoever gets the plays on my Telegram channels, could easily comment on this video and know I'm for real. But these are for big players. I don't have anybody that's betting less than 500 a game on my Telegram channels because these groups don't want to deal with small bettors. If you are a smaller bettor and you have less than a $10,000 bankroll, feel free to buy any of the premium picks, all of the amazing handicappers on PickDawgz. But if you're somebody that's trying to take their game to the next level and wants to make real returns, not a couple $100 a day, but thousands a day, if you treat it like a business, not a losing hobby, you could absolutely do that. So, like I said, if you want to reach me and get a free consultation on how to be part of my syndicate betting strategies on Telegram, 775-636-7674. Have a great day.